Ben here from the Bad Magic podcast. I just played one of the craziest vintage cube games I've ever played. Maybe one of the craziest games of Magic I've ever played. So I want to do. I'm replaying the recording here, and I'm just going to give some commentary over the top. So I'm going to kind of skip through the first couple of turns. I'm playing kind of a weird white deck. I don't know what I was doing with this deck. I don't even have black to make that Lingering Souls flashback. I realized at some point, but because I'm bad at Magic. So as you can see, my opponent's on red-blue, and I'm thinking maybe he's on Splinter Twin combo. And before long, it's obvious that he is, and he's digging for the pieces. But I start putting together a respectable run, getting some creatures. This next turn, I'm going to do a sack play and swing into this Seasoned Pyromancer to flip over the Legion's Landing so I can keep building up mana and get that active. And it's really not that big of a deal to sacrifice a single token just to get the Legion's Landing to flip, because it makes tokens. So here's where it starts to get interesting. So I'm looking at my opponent's board state. I've got Path to Exile in hand in case things go sideways, and I swing into this. I swing all three creatures in with to flip over my Legion's Landing, and it transforms, and then he surprises me with Pestermite, which I wasn't expecting, but I'm not worried about. So he untaps and plays a mountain in a Kiki-Jiki, or I said the name of it a minute ago, the enchantment that do a Splinter Twin. Plays a Splinter Twin on the Pestermite, and I can do Path to Exile in response. What I should have been thinking, though, at this point is that I should path the Pestermite on my turn while he's tapped out, so he doesn't have counter magic available, because if he has something like a 1-mana counter spell and Splinter Twin in his deck, I'm just dead to the fact that I waited until his turn. But I was thinking, okay, maybe I want to, so I play out a threat here, just get Gideon on the table and leave Path to Exile up, which was a bad idea. I didn't need to do that, because I'm bad at Magic. But I do anyway, play out Gideon, just to keep the pressure on in case he doesn't have all the combo pieces. But again, if he has two cards like Splinter Twin and Counter Spell, then I'm just dead to his combo right now, and I didn't play around it. My bad. But I set a stop for his upkeep, and then I attempt to pass the Pestermite. This is where things start to get crazy. So he has Spell Pierce for the path. I can't pay for it, of course. So now I think, okay, land Splinter Twin, I'm dead. He he has a land, but he doesn't have the Splinter Twin. Okay, no big deal. I'm winning this race. I'll chump block the Pyromancer to keep Gideon alive and keep the pressure on. He plays Looter Il Core. Now, I probably should have just canceled Judgment the Pestermite here, but I think I can't remember. I think I decided to play Brimaz. I think I misplayed, actually, which is what made this get so interesting. So, swing in, get some damage, get him down to 10, and pass the turn. On his turn, I'm kind of holding my breath to see if he has a combo, because now I don't even have an answer, because I accidentally played Brimaz when I meant to play Council's Judgment. Again, bad at Magic. No, he doesn't have it. It was my misplay that made this so interesting. So he swings with Looter Il Core. I take a damage. That triggers its ability. He discards a land, and off of the Looter Il Core draws, plays a land, and doesn't have anything. Okay. So I survived my error. Now I see that I drew a land. I have 6 mana available, which means I have Torrential Gearhulk into Path to Exile up. Again, it's not safe from a counter spell, but I figure it could save me in a pinch. So I'm going to keep applying pressure here, see if I can't just get my opponent dead before he draws a combo piece, which he hasn't yet. And so I'm just pushing for maximum pressure with Torrential Gearhulk plus Path to Exile as my backup case. Now, after I attack, he Oh, he just plays. He activates Seasoned Pyromancer's ability out of the graveyard, chump blocks, and passes a turn. Oh crap! I skipped ahead too far. I flash in Torrential Gearhulk, path the Pestermite, and think I'm safe and good to go. He's still got Looter Core. He's down to 7. So he swings a Looter Core. Again, digging. He discards Wear and Tear, which I guess probably could have dealt with my Torrential Gearhulk, but he must have something better in hand that he wants to use to try to keep alive. So he now has exactly 8 mana, which is just enough to play post-combat exactly Deceiver Exarch into, yes, you got it, off of his Looter Core, he drew Kiki-Jiki Mirror Breaker and had Deceiver Exarch in hand, or the other way around. One of the pieces he didn't have, I'm guessing it was the Kiki-Jiki he drew off the Looter Core, since he could have used Kiki-Jiki on the Pestermite a while ago. So now he has the combo active, the Infinite Deceiver Exarch combo active, but he doesn't have, but he had to do it post-combat, which I've never ever seen before. It was because of Looter Core that he's drawing these cards. So I cast Council's Judgment. Now I had a choice to make here on my vote. He has no cards in hand and an active Looter Core, which means he'll have 2 draws to try to get the combo pieces if I can't kill him here. But he definitely can use the infinite combo to stop me from killing him this turn. So I cast Council's Judgment. I haven't voted yet, but I'm thinking, do I choose the Deceiver Exarch or the Kiki-Jiki Mirror Breaker? Now, I'd already killed Pestermite. I'm bad at Magic. I just realized again. I already killed Pestermite, so I should have just killed the Deceiver Exarch and considered it good. Like that I've dealt with. He had both redundant pieces of the combo. 2 red pieces, 2 blue pieces, but if I kill both blue or both red, then the combo's dead. Anyway, he makes enough Deceiver Exarchs. Once it finally all resolves, then the Council Judgment resolve. I target, stupidly, Kiki-Jiki, which buys him another turn. So I deal no damage that turn. His turn, he attacks with Looter Core. Whatever 1 card he didn't get in hand didn't matter. Post-combat, he draws, you guessed it, Splinter Twin. Okay, so now, again, for the 2nd turn in a row, he has infinite combo available that will, 1, prevent me from killing him on my turn, and 2, allow him to kill me on his next turn. So now, my being bad at Magic has set up this weird situation where the fact that I didn't path his Pestermite and kill him earlier, and that I didn't use the Council's Judgment to kill his Exarch because it was the only other redundant combo piece instead of his Kiki-Jiki, I am on the back foot, and unless I draw an answer, he is going to kill me next turn. So, pre-combat, I think, yeah, I don't know why, because I'm bad at Magic. Pre-combat, I cast the Mold Drifter, hoping to draw into an answer. So, Mold Drifter draws me 2 cards. I only have 3 mana available, so I'm thinking, what is left in my library that can help me deal with this? And I draw Flicker Wisp. And I have just enough mana left to cast it. He has no cards in hand, so all I have to do is flicker his Deceiver Exarch, which makes his Splinter Twin go to the graveyard, and I now have fully dealt with his combo, and he scoops. And that is how me being mad at Magic led to this really interesting game state where my opponent played the Deceiver Exarch Splinter Twin combo or Kiki-Jiki Pestermite combo 2 turns in a row defensively post-combat. Go listen to the Bad at Magic podcast.